When you're intermittent fasting, what do you do when you go on vacation? So I've been doing intermittent fasting for several years now, and vacations were one of those things that it used to kind of fill me with kind of dread, and I wasn't really sure how to handle it. And a lot of people have asked me this question, so I thought, I should do an entire video just on vacations. For me, there isn't a hard and fast rule. I handle each vacation as it comes up. I have guiding principles that I use to make the decision. The main thing is to have a plan. I always go in with intentionality now. Before, what I would do, when it would go horribly, is I would go on vacation and kind of think, well, I hope I'll be able to stick with it. I'm really not sure how it'll go. Either I was worrying the whole time thinking, oh, I'm gaining so much weight because I'm so off plan right now, or I wouldn't be enjoying myself as much. But I've kind of over time come up with a process. If you are just intentional, it takes away so much guilt, and it's just a matter of saying, okay, here is what I'm going to do. And sometimes for me that is going completely off plan. Other times it is staying completely on plan, and then sometimes it's doing a modified version of the plan. And here's how I make that decision. First of all, if I see that intermittent fasting is going to be super inconvenient, I just go off plan. An example of that would be, at one point we stayed at Perry's Ocean Edge Resort in Daytona Beach, Florida. And that was a time where I went completely off plan because they make homemade donuts there every morning for free for breakfast. And it was going to be a big family thing to go down there, get those delicious donuts. And I could have said, well, no, I can resist the donuts, and I certainly can. But it would have made me a wet blanket. Like, my family wouldn't have enjoyed it as much. And so I do always try to think about, how is my plan going to affect the people that I'm with? Because it's not just about me. Another time we were on vacation, we stayed at a condo. And in that case, it was very much like our normal daily routine. We had groceries there. We weren't going out all the time. And so for that one, I analyzed that situation. I said, I'm just going to stay on plan. And that's exactly what I did. I found it very easy because I had made the decision beforehand. I realized it wasn't really going to affect our vacation, and it worked out fine. But there are other times where the vacations have been something where I know that we're not really going to have a set schedule, and so it's kind of murky to me. So I'll just say to myself, okay, every day I'm going to push my eating window as late as possible, so opening it up as late as possible, but then being okay with it whenever it opens up. The main thing to remember is there will be a consequence either way. So the way I kind of look at it is, if you allow yourself complete eating freedom, the consequence is probably going to be a gain. And then on the other end of the spectrum, if you are completely on plan, there might be a loss of enjoyment there. And I'm always trying to make it as easy as possible. So I really have to weigh how it might affect my weight, and then also being okay with a gain and realizing how long it may take to get that weight off. For me, the fastest I ever lost weight was about 1 pound a week. And now it's even less than that because I'm more at a normal weight. So I have to realize, if I gain 5 pounds, that might take me 10 weeks to get it off. And there are some other things to consider too. For example, how often do you go on vacation, and how much of an opportunity is this particular vacation? I mean, is it like a once in a lifetime trip to the Maldives or something? Or is it, you're going to have a little weekend getaway a couple hours away? And then also, how often do you go on vacation? Some people go like once a year, some people go once every few years, and then some people are going every month. So you really have to think about, how often is this going to come up? But ultimately, I think it's about enjoying your vacation. And one thing, oddly enough, that helps me to enjoy it is the ability to weigh. And I've actually taken my scale with me on vacation. And I know that seems, maybe like some people would say, oh, that's such a bummer. But to me, it's empowering to know where my weight is. Even if the scale's going up, because sometimes that does happen, it just helps me to have that peace of mind, because I've done it both ways. I've done it with, taking no scale with me and just thinking, okay, I'm going off plan. I really don't know what my weight's going to be like when I get back. And then it is super hard that first day to get on the scale. Or I've just taken the scale with me and just weighed every day. And I really prefer taking the scale. But again, that's just what helps me to really relax the most. So I'm curious to know, how do you handle vacations? Have you found it difficult? I think a lot of people find intermittent fasting is kind of difficult on vacation because you're around other people who are eating and they're not on your same eating pattern. It can really be, because eating is also a social thing. It's not just about putting food into your mouth. It's about the fellowship and everything. So it's not just as easy as, I'm just not going to eat right now. Thank you for watching. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe down below.